자기를 향한 내 사랑과 이 카드의 공통점이 뭔지 알아? 한도가 없다는 거.
Chaebols and K-dramas? It's a classic, and we're still obsessed. From killer suits and luxurious getups to those icy stares, some actors just own the rich air energy. Regardless of the genre, these actors bring the chaebol game to life. So who really looks the part and plays it to perfection? Let's find out. First up, Yoon in Crash Landing on You, portrayed flawlessly by son Ye-jin.
빨리들 소문 내세요. 윤세리 돌아왔다고.
She's the ultimate chaebol queen, born into a high-powered conglomerate family, but with enough ambition to build her own brand, Seiri's Choice, from the ground up. She's elegance personified, power dressing in heels, silk blouses, and the kind of calm confidence that can silence her competitors with one glare. But what really seals her status as the perfect K-drama chaebol? It's her resilience. After literally crash landing into enemy territory, she doesn't just survive, she thrives. From bribing village officers with skincare to turning military fatigues into fashion statements, Seiri proves that luxury isn't just what she wears, it's who she is. She's fierce, fabulous, and emotionally layered, balancing icy confidence with vulnerability and heart. Next, Jun-pyo in Boys Over Flowers, played by Lee Min-ho in the role that launched 1,000 swoons and reignited the Hallyu wave worldwide. With his iconic curly hair, killer confidence, and a platinum credit card, Jun-pyo practically invented the modern K-drama chaebol. As the arrogant heir to the Shinhwa group, he struts through high school like he owns the place. Because, let's be real, he kinda does. He's spoiled, dramatic, and hilariously out of touch. But beneath that designer armor is a fiercely loyal, hopeless romantic who would literally fight the world for the girl he loves. And let's not forget, he kicked off the now classic chaebol falls for an ordinary girl trope. Rich boy, strong-willed working class girl. We've been eating that up ever since. And it all started with him. And just when you thought Lee Min-ho had peaked, he came back swinging in the airs as Kim Taun.
거기 신장 튼튼하게 생긴 애 좀 이쪽으로 밀어줄래?
The chaebol heir with messy emotions, flawless hair, and a heart full of teen angst. He's the illegitimate son of a business empire, torn between a cold, controlling family and the girl who makes him want to rewrite his fate. Where Jun-pyo gave us the loud, over-the-top chaebol energy, Kim Taun brought the internal struggle, the weight of inheritance, identity, and forbidden love, all wrapped in school uniforms and soul-searching stares. He's soft, tortured, and swoon-worthy in a completely different way. With Boys Over Flowers and The Heirs, Lee Min-ho didn't just play chaebols, he became the blueprint. From the iconic walk-ins, icy one-liners, and love confessions under impossible circumstances, he embodied every layer of what makes a chaebol character so addictive. The arrogance, the vulnerability, the swagger, and the heartbreak. Then there's Lee Young-jun from What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, portrayed to absolute perfection by Park Seo-joon. As the heir to a powerful conglomerate, he oozes elite energy from every pore. He's got the wealth, the looks, the power, and the unapologetic attitude to match. But what sets him apart is how hilariously extra he is. Yet beneath all the ego and expensive watches is a deeply wounded man with a heart that slowly, beautifully opens up. And when he starts falling for his longtime secretary, Kim Mi-so, the shift from cold-blooded CEO to lovesick puppy is chaotic, charming, and so satisfying to watch. Next up, Kang Tae-moo from Business Proposal, played by the ever-charming An Hyo-seop.
자기를 향한 내 사랑과 이 카드의 공통점이 뭔지 알아? 한도가 없다는 거.
He's the third-gen CEO who looks like he walked straight off a magazine cover and into a shareholder meeting. Cold, calculative, and chronically overworked, Tae-moo is all business until love crashes into his well-organized calendar. At first, he's every bit the classic chaebol cliché, emotionally unavailable, allergic to inefficiency, and convinced that romance is a waste of time. But plot twist, he goes on a blind date and meets a girl pretending to be someone else, and suddenly our stone-faced CEO is spiraling in the best way possible. What makes Tae-moo a standout chaebol? He's the perfect blend of old-school K-drama wealth and modern charm. He's a chaebol for the new era, emotionally intelligent, romantically unhinged, and 100% swoon-worthy. And of course, Hong Hae-in from Queen of Tears has to make the list, brought to life with icy elegance by Kim Ji-won.
형님이 입점시키려고 애쓰고 있는 헤르키나 말이에요.
As the heiress to the Queen's group and the Queen of Luxury herself, Hae-in walks, talks, and breathes chaebol power. She's got that intimidating aura, high fashion looks that could kill, and a stare that can silence an entire boardroom. But behind her fierce exterior is a woman holding it all together while facing emotional heartbreak, family secrets, and an unexpected health battle. What makes her a perfect chaebol? It's not just the money or the power, it's the way she carries her pain with grace, her love with depth, and her authority with absolute conviction. She's complex, cold when needed, vulnerable when it counts, and unapologetically regal. Up next, Choi Young-do from The Heirs, played by Kim Woo-bin with just the right dose of brooding charm and rebellious flair.
친구야, 방학인데 뭐 할 거냐? 이렇게 매일 보다가 안 보면은.
He's the hotel heir with a motorcycle, a mean streak, and a soft spot he'd rather die than admit. He's rude, reckless, and absolutely allergic to emotional vulnerability, which, of course, makes us love him more. As the heir to Zeus Hotel Group, Young-do is all about flexing power, pushing people's buttons, and keeping his walls up high. But the moment he falls hard for the heroine, Cha Eun-sang, his tough guy mask starts to crack, and suddenly the guy who bullies for fun is waiting for her to love him back. Young-do is peak second lead syndrome chaebol edition. He's rich, damaged, and desperately in need of a hug. And of course, An Min-hyuk from Strong Woman Do Bong-soon, portrayed with effortless flair by Park Hyung-sik, has to be here on our list. He's the CEO of a gaming company, heir to a wealthy conglomerate, and quite possibly the most chaebol with a twist we've ever seen. Forget the cold, brooding stereotype. Min-hyuk is playful, dramatic, and just the right amount of unhinged in the best possible way. Min-hyuk's not just rich, he's emotionally intelligent, refreshingly open about his feelings, and completely unbothered by societal expectations. What makes him a standout chaebol? He's the kind of guy who uses his wealth not to show off, but to protect the people he loves and fund whatever adorable nonsense Bong-soon gets into. Whether he's acting like a drama queen or just being the most supportive boyfriend ever, An Min-hyuk gives us chaebol energy with heart. Up next, there's Jong Jun-woo, aka Jong Han-seok, from Vincenzo, played by 2PM's Taecyeon in a jaw-dropping villainous turn that no one saw coming. At first, he's just the clumsy, overly eager intern lawyer who seems more puppy than power player. But plot twist, he's actually the sadistic, utterly terrifying chaebol heir to Babel Group, and he hides that monster behind a killer smile. As the secret puppet master of a corrupt conglomerate, Jung Han-seok is what happens when chaebol privilege goes dark. He's ruthless, unhinged, and dangerously charming, a perfect storm of corporate power and psychopathic flair. Whether he's taking out enemies with chilling precision or throwing tantrums in designer suits, he delivers pure chaotic chaebol energy. He's the ultimate wait, he's the villain moment in K-dramas and proof that a chaebol heir doesn't always have to be the romantic lead to steal the spotlight. He may not be the kind of chaebol you fall in love with, but you definitely won't forget him. Let's not forget Do-hee from My Demon, portrayed by the effortlessly chic Kim Yoo-jung.
안녕하세요. 도도입니다.
As the heir to Mirai Group, Do-hee is the textbook definition of a cold-hearted chaebol on the outside. But peel back the layers and you'll find a woman scarred by betrayal, driven by justice, and deeply guarded. Her romantic arc with a literal demon? Iconic. And only Do-hee could make falling in love with a supernatural being look like a hostile business merger, with sparks flying at every meeting. She's the ultimate mix of brains, beauty, and bite. Whether she's shutting down corrupt execs or serving vengeance in couture, Do-hee proves that the modern chaebol heroine doesn't need saving. She's the one calling the shots, setting the terms, and making the devil himself fall to his knees. Now, let's talk about Jin Yi-soo from Flex X Cop, played by An Bo-hyun.
용감한 심장 그런 거 받는 건가? 너 경찰이 될 거야.
He's a third-gen chaebol with too much money, too little responsibility, and just enough rebellion to trade in his private jets for a police badge. Yes, he's the kind of guy who rolls up to a crime scene in designer fits and sunglasses worth more than your rent. And somehow, it works. At first, Yi-soo is everything you expect from a spoiled heir. Cocky, carefree, and completely disconnected from the real world. But when he joins the violent crimes unit, he turns out to be sharper, braver, and more emotionally layered than anyone expected. He's got street smarts hidden under luxury, and a heart that beats louder with every case he cracks. Last but never least, Gu-won from King the Land, played by the dashing Lee Jun-ho.
인턴 사원 구원입니다.
As the heir to the King Group empire, Gu-won is the definition of corporate royalty. Handsome, sharp, and armed with a death glare that could freeze an entire hotel lobby. He's allergic to fake smiles, thrives on efficiency, and walks through luxury like he owns it. At first, he's the classic cold chaebol, aloof, snarky, and way too polished to be bothered by romance. But enter Cheon Sarong, the ever-cheerful hotelier with the sunshine smile, and suddenly his whole life is changed. Gu-won brings that high-class chaebol energy with a twist. He's emotionally reserved but never arrogant, stubborn but never cruel. And when he falls in love, he goes all in, with the kind of sweet, low-key gestures that make you swoon and scream. The chaebol role takes serious skill, and these actors absolutely nailed it. Wondering if they made our list of the top 100 most talented actors? Tap to find out!